Hello, I'm Keith with Ezra Lawn Care Equipment. I'm going to show you how to put the rake together. If you would set it up just like this, is the easiest way I've found to do it. So you come over to the side, drop 3 bolts in these holes here, washer first. So take my last bolt here and have my washer, drop it down, good to go. So here I've got the bolts in, I've got the washers on them. Now I have these 3 holes right in here, and on the other tines I also have 3 other holes as well. So I'll take these tines, I'll flip it over and I'll line those 3 holes up with these bolts. The small tines go first. And then the larger tines go on after that. And you do the same thing, you line up the bolts. Like that. Hold it in place. And then put the nut on the bottom. This one is a lock nut with a flange on it as well. And this one here. Just finger tighten all those. And like I did earlier, I just dropped these in there. And same process, you've got your 3 holes here. This one here we'll leave open for the moment. So we'll line these 2 up. Then like I did down there, just finger tighten these. I will skip the first one here, and I will put the carriage bolts in these next 2. So what you've got now is the 2 carriage bolts here, and then these 2 holes are open here. There's nothing in them, and we'll get to that later. So you do the same process you did with the other 2. And then finger tighten those, and that part's done there. And this last one's the same as all the others, nothing different, just line up the holes. I've got those all in, and I'll just go through, tighten them all up, and this part here will be ready to go to move on to the next one. Right here I've got my remaining 2 carriage bolts, and I've got my handle here. So what I do is I drop the 2 carriage bolts in just like I did all the others. Here in the middle 2 holes. Once I get those through, kind of roll it back a little bit. Slip the handle on the bolts. And then put the nuts on finger tight. Then once I get those on there finger tight, I'll go through and tighten up all the nuts. That way everything's tight and ready to go. Okay, I've got this side bracket here. It'll go in this hole and this hole. So I just fold it up like this. Drop the bolts in here. The washer on the other end. Lock nut. And this bracket's adjustable as well. Just put those in there, tighten it up, and that side's ready. And then the other side, the other bracket, you put it in the same way. Go in the same holes except on the other side. Put your washer on, your lock nut. And then I tighten that up, and that side's done as well. Okay, right here I've got my toolbar and I've got my rake attachment. Alright, right here I've got a tab and then a hole there. There's one on each side, and you put that tab in that hole, and then there's this hole here goes into that little bracket. So what I'll do is I'll set this in those holes on the bottom, then rock it forward. Now I'm going to go ahead and put the pin in. So I just slide it in each side. One on this side, and then one on this side down here. Pop that pin in, and it's ready to be operated.